Happy Tuesday. Thanks for joining me here. We are working on the Splendid Sampler 2. We're going through the 100 blocks from the book, and we are now working on an English paper piece block. So we're just about there. I think we'll finish it this week. This is a slow stitching sort of deal, so it's taken a little while to get this guy done, but it's coming along, getting the little sides done here. So awesome. So thank you guys for joining me. My name is Alyssa Thomas from Penguin and Fish, where we make cute embroidery kits for the beginning crafter. And I'm here every weeknight at 8:30 p.m. Central Time. And it's a time that we can relax and craft. And I'm here for about an hour and work on projects from beginning to end, so you can be part of the whole process along the way. So we are going to continue our English paper piecing. You can see all our little templates on the back here. We started taking a few of them out, but we'll be working our way around the other edges over the next few days. So, all right, let's do it. Okay, let's get down here again. So thank you all for joining me here. Last night we got this whole section here done, and we even took out a few of the pieces in the back just to kind of see what that was like. I'm excited to do more of those. I'd like to get a whole nother section done. You know, we've been doing these three things, and we'll be putting another 3 right here. And then when that's done, I'd like to kind of take more of these out and see what it looks like. I'm kind of curious. I think we're going to ultimately want to release these edges so they're kind of extended how this is. And I almost think we need to stitch them together a little bit more. I'm not quite sure. Like, I feel like we should extend the stitching on all of these, because this is going to be like the finished size, like what all these templates make, but I feel like we should sew a little bit further just to get, I don't know, that 1/4 inch seam allowance down. I suppose once we sew it, we'll be back at that edge. I don't know. I'm not sure about those pointy edges yet, but we'll think it through and figure it out. So, all right, let's start on those other fellers. So let's get 2 of our white pieces. Last night we prepped all of our C pieces here. So those are the ones that fit in right like so. And then we have a D piece and a D reverse piece for each of these, and they go right there and there. So we need to prep these, and I think I'm going to do it the same method that I did these, which is just the glue method, because I'm only going to glue 2 sides and then let this seam allowance just be. So it'll end up just a little bit bigger than what we need, which I think is great. For the rest of this quilt, it seems like having a little extra has been good for us. All right, how are all y'all doing tonight? Would measurements show? Well, so with English paper piecing, the pieces always kind of end up the exact size you need it, so anything over is going to be in the seam allowance, but I don't know, it feels weird to me that it's not sewn through the seam allowance a little bit, but maybe it's fine. I'm sure it'll be fine. All right, let's, okay, right side up on these, or the wrong side up, I mean, for both. So the white is the same on both sides, so I'm just flipping it so it kind of fits here. So here's our 2 pieces. We're going to fold over these short ends, and then we'll be good to go. Here's our little glue stick. This is just some water-soluble glue. This is the fancy kind. This is the sewing version of just like a plain, like Elmer's glue stick. This is the sew line. It is nice because it's a little thinner here, so that's helpful, versus a big bulky glue stick. Extending that fold a little bit. Gluing down the edge. So glue basting for this, I think it's just faster. And like I said, I kind of want to leave this long edge so it can be our big seam allowance along the edge. There we go. And, ooh, I feel like it's coming off a little bit already. I think it's fine. We just need it there long enough for us to stitch it down, and we're going to do that right away, so I'm not too worried. You could press these if you really wanted them nice and flat, but I don't think it's necessary. Let's try and utilize those clips today to hold our pieces down. All right, enough of you, glue stick. Okay, so let's place these pieces again. All right, so that shorter, there's like a pointier side and a less pointy side, and the less pointy side is what fits in there. Let's flip these around. Okay, the short end goes here, and the short end, there we go, goes here. So I'll do this side first. So these two sides meet up. Let's just go right sides together, like so. I did do right sides together, yep. I'm paranoid on this. Last night too, I was like, oh, did I put right sides together? I don't know. All right, let's get a little clip. There, that'll help me hold things. Then I don't have to pinch so much with my fingers. I can just kind of like hold it here, just gently. All right, now we can get our thread and everything ready. Okay. I suppose let's cut a piece first and run it through our thread conditioner. Hopefully it doesn't curl so much with the thread conditioner. That's what I'm hoping for. Ooh, and this smells good. Okay. Oh, and you guys, we're starting, next week, we're starting our Embroidery-of-the-month, our pretty herb bouquet. So watch out for that next week. And we still have bundles available, and then also we'll be stitching this little bunny pattern the week after that. So I haven't made this in a long time. I think it'll be kind of fun to make up this little bunny again. This is an older pattern, so we'll walk through it. I think you just need like 2 fat quarters and you'll be good to go. Really a fat quarter and a fat eighth, but if you got 2 fat quarters, you'll be able to get it done. So I'm kind of excited for that. Revisiting that little bunny for Easter. I kind of want to, I just thought of this like immediately just now. It'd be fun to make it like some natural like browns or something, like a real bunny. That would be kind of fun. All right, so I'm gonna go around this point here just once, and then I'll do my knicker knot. So we're going from here to here. Yeah, that's right still. It's already pretty curly. Okay. One's this way, and this one's this way, our little knicker knot. All right, let's do our, I'm gonna settle in here. Let's do our whip stitch around the edge here and just chill out. We're also going to have our little warehouse sale coming up soon here too, so we'll keep you guys posted on that. We're going to have like floss cones and just a bunch of other fun stuff available. Like floss cones that are, it's going to be like a warehouse sale where, you know, some of our seconds, which are items that are still pretty good, but, you know, there's something about it that we're like, eh. So we'll be selling a bunch of seconds items for like way cheaper than normal, and then we'll have some floss cones that are available, like that are at various stages of use. So those will be a whole lot cheaper than usual. So we're putting together some fun things for that. So we'll have more info on that coming up soon here. We're just figuring all that out. That'll be fun though. We have some neat little packages that we're putting together. All right, got to the end of this rather quickly. Let's do our little knicker knot going around the back of the needle. One side goes one way and one thread goes the other way. All right, so he's done. Next up, let's get this guy matched up in here. Okay, right sides together. I'll clip it again, and we'll just continue our stitching. Just really trying to match up those sides. All right, let's clip. That'll do. All right, so I'm going to go do another knicker knot where these two meet. Then we'll get the other side. I think we're going to get cruising on this tonight. So last night was some prep and some reintroduction to the project. Like just, it always takes me like a day to get my bearings on these projects again when we switch them every week. But now we're gonna cruise through, I think. So we'll get this guy attached, and then maybe we'll try and start another one. I would like to kind of try taking some more papers out just because I think that's fun. Uh-oh. Look up for a sec, and then I snag my fabric there. You guys, it was like 62 degrees this evening, which apparently is like 25 degrees above average, the average high. It was so beautiful. I came home today and I was going to get a bunch of work done, but I ended up just going for a walk outside with John, and it was like summer. It was just so nice out. Not quite summer, but after winter, any nice day is great. So beautiful. Gotta sit on our little chair outside for a little bit. So nice. Although I think it's supposed to get a little colder again. It's supposed to rain tomorrow and then get a little bit cold again. So I'm like, man, I gotta go walking today because today's the nice day. I can't wait till every day can be like that again. Alright. Knicker knot on this one, and then we're done with this guy. I think we'll get a new piece of thread then, and then we just have to attach this to the rest of it. That was quick. Zooming through all this now. Just gonna snipping. Okay, there is our pieces again here. So this will fit in like so. And again, I think the big things we want to be looking for are matching these points, like this point here, this corner, and this point here. And it's that weird Y seam. So like when it's like the shape of a letter Y, it's a little awkward. So we'll do the one side, and then we're gonna have to like kind of bend and fold everything to flip that other side over. But it seemed to work last night. Okay. So yeah, we'll start up here. Yeah, I think that's fine. We'll start up here and we'll just go down and around again. So, all right, I'm going to put right sides together and we're going to clip and try and match up these points. I think I'm going to put a clip at each point like what we did last night. Okay, one. Okay, left hand doesn't work as well. There we go. I just wanted to fold down that fabric and get that out of the way too. We're going to have to manipulate this a little bit to get it all to match, but let's get this other point in there. Let's check up here. Gosh, I kind of feel like I should put another little piece to match these up. There we go. I'm trying to get a sharp edge on this too again. All right, I think like so. Let's get a clip. Both of these sides kind of feel like they're pretty loose, so I just want to clip them there. Because this is glue basted and it's kind of coming off of the glue a little bit. Yeah, I think that extra clip is good. Okay, and I do think we'll need more thread. That's not going to last us the whole distance. There, that looks decent. Hopefully I don't stab myself today. The needle, that'd be an improvement on yesterday. Right, where's the end of this? Okay, right there. So we'll go, we could have kind of extended a little bit, then we'd be sewing in the seam allowance a little bit, but I think right here will do. Just going to hold that thread down a little bit. All right, let's do our knicker knot in that same spot. Then we'll get on with it. Okay. This green little clip is holding this down, so I don't want to release it quite yet. We'll do one more and then I'll move it. Okay. All right, now we're trying to aim to get these points matched together right there. Clips are helping. I don't have to hold quite so hard with my left hand. I think the clips are helping me go a lot faster too, which is great. Yeah, we're like super speeding through this one. Gosh, I wonder if we could get a whole nother one done. I'm going to just leap on getting another one as far as I can. So I won't dawdle to take out papers or anything right now. I'm going to just try and cruise through another one. Ugh, it'd be awesome to get this one done like a day early, and then we could get 4 of them and sew the sashings onto it, and then we'd have a whole nother piece that'd be ready to do our quilting on, our quilt as you go on. That'd be kind of cool. Thanks, Patty. All right, let's get this knicker knot. So this is like the meeting point of 2. Ooh, I don't think I got enough thread on the first bit. I like doing the knicker knot at every kind of joining, every like where things meet here. Oops. There, so I'm going to do a knicker knot on the other side, getting those other two pieces, and then we can do our whip stitch for the rest of the way. All right, out here, clip. All right, so those we got matching. Next thing we need to match is our corner point down here, where the next clip is. So I'm kind of grabbing a lot over here. I'm kind of bending the templates a little bit, but I'm not too worried about that. They're going to get bent in this process, especially when we do these Y seams coming up here. Just whatever is most comfortable for my hands is what I'm worried about right now. Oh, Colleen says explain the knicker knot again. So I think this is something that you guys here taught me, and I had to look it up and stuff, but it's an extra way to secure like the points and the starting points. I used to just do like a couple loops. Like I used to go through that spot like 3 times or so at the beginning and all these points. But then someone here mentioned that a knicker knot would be a different way to kind of secure that. So a knicker knot, I have one more stitch, and I'll show you how to do that again. All right, so I'm going to do a knicker knot right on this side of the point. So I'm putting in the needle in like halfway, and so you have two thread points. You have the thread that's coming right out of the fabric here, and then you have the thread that's connected to the eye of the needle, right? And there's kind of 2 threads here because it's, you know, the thread that's overlapping itself here at the needle. So you have this kind of part, and then you have the part coming out of the fabric. So you take the part coming out of the fabric, and you go from right to left. It doesn't really matter. It's just you want to do opposite. So in this case, I'm going right to left behind the needle. So just like so. And then I'm going to take the part that's coming out of the eye of the needle, and I'm going to go left to right, again, behind the needle. So I've kind of just looped both sides opposite directions, and now I can pull the rest of the needle through. And it'll kind of make like this little figure 8. Like if I can kind of loosen this up, you'll see like kind of like a weird figure 8 thing happening there. That's what you want. And it makes like a secure little knot at the edge there. So instead of going through like a couple loops, I just do a knicker knot. And I do it every time I have a joining. So like before, when these 2 end and then these 2 start, I did a knicker knot here and then a knicker knot here just for extra security, and then here and then also at the beginning. So, and I just like saying knicker knot. So there's that. All right, so we're done with that. We're gonna do another knicker knot on this side of it where the points meet, but we gotta get it to that point first. So let's put this back. So we got this whole edge done. This seam is matching up nicely here. Okay, and now we have to bend it this way to match up this edge, which is going to make us have to fold this a little bit. But that's the nature of English paper piecing. You're kind of like moving these parts wherever they need to be, working with it a little bit. So all right, let's try and match up all these points again. Ugh, I feel like I need to get a clip right in there right away. It doesn't want to sit here because this bit that we're folding wants to pop it back open. So we're just gonna work through it. So I need to match up these points. Get up there. Again, I think when we take the paper out, all this is going to kind of relax a little bit. Take the templates out. Get matching there. All right, there we go. I'm going to just put a clip right on there. And then towards the end, just keeping these edges matched. There we are. All right, so there's my first knicker knot, but here you can see it's kind of separating the piece that we were just working on to the next piece. So I'm going to squish that together and throw another knicker knot on the other side of that. So I'll show you how to do that again. All right, I'm going to go in with the needle just like halfway. And you really can get like, I was noticing this when we were working on this at my parents' house, that you can really get kind of like a feel for it. So like I can kind of take both pieces in my hand, and I'm sure people who do this often got like a whole system. But so this one's going right to left, and then this one's coming up and going left to right. You can kind of do it in the same motion. I didn't really do it very well there. But that's it. They just need to go opposite. You can see that little figure 8 thing kind of happening, and there we go. We got some little extra security at those two meeting points, or the one meeting point, but either side of that meeting point. And then we're on our way with the whip stitch again. Now that we have that one, the center secured, I think I can get rid of this guy. I feel kind of like a surgeon doing that knot, like one-handed sort of like knot around the needle. It'd be fun to learn all of those surgical knots. I just remember like Grey's Anatomy, they're always practicing like these little one-handed knots, and I was just thinking, dang, all these quilt people and hand stitching people, I think we could rock those like surgical knots. We'd pick up on that stuff real quick is what I'm thinking. That could totally be false, but in my head I'm thinking we'd all be pretty dang good surgeon stitcher-uppers. Oh, God. Except for the body parts and the blood. Other than that, I think all of us could stitch up a person real well. God. We could embroider a cute design on someone with stitches. That'd be kind of fun. Alright, so I'm at the part where these two pieces meet. I don't really need a knicker knot there, but I do like that extra security at all these joining points, so I've been doing a knicker knot. So let's do it. One side and the other. And I'm going to do it on this side of that join as well. All right, and this little bit, oh dang it, we're almost done with this one, aren't we? Okay, we did that like twice as fast as yesterday. Well, we were making all these extra pieces and just seeing what was all left over from last time we worked on this yesterday. So we had a little reviewing of, or a little catching up yesterday, but we're cranking through it today. Colleen says, as long as the patient was knocked out. Ugh, yeah. Agreed. For some reason, oh my god, like these Facebook ads that I'm getting. Let me know if any of you guys are getting this. I wonder, I get a lot of like embroidery ads and a lot of like quilting and crafting ads on Facebook. But I've been getting this, it's for like medical people. It's like a silicone just like, like silicone, whatever. But it's to practice doing stitches on. So it's like a silicone rectangle that's like this thick, and then there's some like slits in it, and it's to practice like sutures and stuff. I'm like, why am I getting this? But it's interesting. So it's showing just, it's like a Kickstarter or something. I don't know. But people are trying to stitch them shut, and, I don't know, some sort of silicone that's supposed to be like skin or something. But why am I getting those? Just because I'm getting other stitching. Probably just like the keyword stitching is crossing over or something. I don't know. But I've gotten that ad a few times, and I'm like, this is so interesting. But I am the wrong target market for that. Although, like I said, it would be really kind of fun to, it'd be fun to learn that. Oh, Jenna says, sutures are usually individual. Each stitch is cut, no long threads. Interesting. Colleen says you. Yep, basically. Not for me. I'll stick to stabbing fabric instead. I think I'm at the end point, but I'm not quite sure. I'm going to do a stitch or two after this. I think we're going to do the knicker knot right here. Let's see what we get. Don't get your knickers in a knot. Exactly. All right. Just gonna give that a little snip. All right, let's flip it open, and there we go. That side is done. Yeah, so here's what I mean. Like, I think, well, we can just see right now. So this is glue-basted. I'm gonna just kind of release this now, and in theory, we'll have enough seam allowance to go kind of upward here. Yeah, see, now we have kind of like it coming to a point. There, so see what I mean? Like, I feel like we could, like, our stitches end there, but I feel like we could extend it a little bit if need be into these corner points a little bit. I don't think I'm going to, but I feel like you could. Like, this could go a little extended, and this could too. Although, in theory, we will be sewing it right down on the edge here. So who cares if we stitch beyond? But it's just a weird feeling to me having these kind of like open seam allowances here. But anyway, that guy is stitched on. Let's just try and cruise and get another one done. I know I'm not going to take out any fabric or any of the template pieces here like we did last night, but I think we're kind of on a roll. Let's try and get another one of these done. So, all right, here's another piece. I'm just kind of like fitting it in here. Okay, we need a D and a D reverse, and then we need 2 more of our white pieces. Just 4 left. Okay, this guy goes like so. And you go here. All right, let's glue base these. I think that's been working pretty well. Oh, Lynn, that's hilarious. So Lynn on YouTube is saying, I wonder if nurses who do stitches get embroidery ads. That'd be awesome. That's pretty funny. Yeah, like seriously, I don't know why I'm getting those ads, but I'm not mad at it. It's kind of interesting. But yeah, I'm not running out to purchase the fake suture kit or whatever. Oh, Jennifer says, I'm flying tonight. I know. I'm cruising. Like, I need that little wake-up period to learn what we're doing again, I think. First day of the week. And then after that, it's cruise time. knock on wood. Hope I'm not jinxing myself. That'd be freaking awesome if nurses got embroidery ads. That's funny. Alright. Zoop, zoop. Ugh, that was kind of gobs of glue. Let's get rid of some of that. All right. Glue bit. Okay, let's line up our pieces. Short side. I feel like I need the visual of putting it together before going ahead with it. All right. Just gonna do the same process. I feel like I'm comfortable with that at this point. So let's put these two sides together. All right. Clip. I think I'll get some more thread. This would probably make it all the way, but we'd be cutting it close, so let's just get some more. Oh, Colleen says, former nurse, I took stitches out, never put them in. Oh, that's interesting. Huh. Guess I would never have thought of that before. Patty, I didn't see the conversation, or like what comment came before, but Patty says, or if they started using knicker knots to stitch a person up. And for some reason that triggered me thinking like, dang, we'd all be good at like the zombie apocalypse. We could be like the part of the medical staff in the zombie apocalypse, stitching people up on the go. Sewing clothing. I think these are some good zombie apocalypse skills. They're not bad, that's for sure. We'd earn our keep in the settlement. Okay. Let's do our knicker knot at the end here and stitch up this side. A seam ripper for the zombie apocalypse. See, we'd have all the right tools, too. Dang, I'm telling you, we'd be pretty good. Except for the sleeping. I don't think I'd do well sleeping, and I don't do well sleeping outside of my bed. That would be a situation. So I have to learn real quick on how to sleep anywhere quickly in the zombie apocalypse. I think that's where I'd go down. Other than the actual zombies chasing you. That'd be a problem too. Oh, interesting. So are you talking about we're having a stitches conversation, like if they dissolve or not? I have never gotten stitches before, so unless you count like wisdom teeth. I probably got my wisdom teeth stitched up. Gosh, I can't recall. I don't feel like I did, but isn't that how they do it? I've never gotten stitches for like falling and getting a big cut or something before. So let's hope that stays that way. think my brothers both got stitches, I think a couple times, but I never got any stitches. I'm excited that we're getting a whole nother one started here. I think 2 more stitches here. Alright, get our knicker knot. Okay, that's that side. Open that up again, and okay, piece number 2. Fold right sides together. I have to say everything out loud, so I do it right. I'm not just saying it just to say it. I'm saying it as for myself. And if I was just doing this by myself, I might still say it out loud. Right sides together. Okay. That piece is secured. Let's do our knicker knot at the end here. And good to go. John's parents officially have their first, I think they got the Moderna vaccine. Waiting on their second one, so I'm very happy about that. They said here in Minnesota they might have enough vaccines to get kind of everyone by end of April, so that's interesting. I thought it was going to be a bit later, so I'm keeping my eye on that. John's aunt is a nurse. I'll have to ask her, and I think she's on Facebook. I'll have to ask if she's ever gotten Embroidery ads, stitching ads. That'd be kind of funny. Especially since we're probably friends on Facebook, so it's probably thinking, oh, your other friends like stitching, and you have used the word stitch before, potentially. Maybe we should feed you those ads too. Be interesting. I'll have to ask. That'd be funny. Oh, dang, Jennifer, that's not fun. You had your 4 wisdom teeth removed and altogether had 8 stitches all the way up. I don't remember having stitches, but I must have, right? I mean, that's like surgery wisdom teeth. So I got my wisdom teeth out like right before college, and I remember like getting, all of the dry sockets. Oh gosh, it was so painful. And of course they're like, oh, make sure they're clean and do all this stuff, otherwise you'll get dry sockets. But I did all that stuff and I still got that, and that was just like, it's as if like pain goes like straight through your skull. Those dry sockets. Ugh. So that wasn't fun, like doing like college orientation and just like all puffy and like face hurting. Alright, I think I definitely got more thread than I needed here. I think I'll probably get new thread anyway, just because I like having the fresh thread, and I don't think this is quite long enough. Alright, I don't know if we'll finish... Well, I don't know, we might finish this all the way. We're ready to just basically put this other thing... Oh, it's starting to come together now. I'm feeling like it... Before it was just feeling like I got all these like long kind of parts coming out of here, but like up here, it's definitely feeling more like a rounded star. So that's cool. Oh, and it looks like a star, and we put the little stars in this fabric here. That's right. Okay, it's coming together. Let's fold these right sides together and clip all of our points that we want to match again. We'll try and cruise through this yet tonight. Okay, match you. And oh yeah, this end here I might need another little clip just to. Ugh, yeah. We're gonna be bending and wiggling a little bit on this straightaway to get things to line up, but oh well. Like right here, we're at a different level here, but let's hope that it works okay. Let's clip there, and I think that'll be good. This thread like matches perfectly for this. It's a little golden, but still kind of tan. I'm getting kind of low on all my like neutral Aurifil thread though. I have like this gray and this kind of color, and then the one that's on the machine is almost this color, but it's even less than what this has. That's not going to last us much longer at all, and I think that's basically it. The next kind of neutral color I have is this, but that's not really all that neutral. It's kind of, you know, it's pretty orangey, so that's stretching the boundaries a little bit. I might have to, like, I don't know, get some Aurifil thread on my shopping list or something. It's getting down there. My mom buys it in cones, and then she'll buy like a neutral color like this, but in the taller cones, and that lasts her a while. I'm wondering if I should do something like that. Although I don't really have the setup for a cone. You kind of have to get one of those stands that like the cone's down here, but it needs to pull from the top, so you need like a separate like loopy stand that it goes in before it goes in your machine. I don't really have one of those. You can use like a cup too, and I don't know, you can kind of maneuver it, but I don't know. I'll worry about that when I need to. Okay. This end right here or so, it's a little goofy on the back side of this, but I think we're fine. All right, I'm going to go through once, and then we'll do our knicker knot. I'm just going to kind of hold this little baby thread out of the way. Okay, from right to left behind, and left to right behind. There's a good figure eight right there. You can see it. Edge again. So I know a lot of you do like English paper piecing. For those of you who do this often, I'm curious, do you do a whip stitch like what I'm doing here, or do you do a ladder stitch or some other way of doing it? I'm kind of curious. I think Noeline says that she comes from the top around, and I'm coming from like the bottom around. So that's different for me, obviously. So I'm going bottom. But it's just kind of interesting. I like hearing what everyone else does. Gives me ideas of things to try, at minimum. Okay. I suppose let's get rid of this one. It's lining up not great here. Like the stitches or the seams are at different levels. But again, I think that'll balance out once we take the papers out. Jenna says she uses a whip stitch. I kind of like it. I mean, it's more visible from the front, but it's kind of pretty. I like it. Oh, Libby says she does it like this. I mean, the ladder stitch does look kind of nice, but I don't know, it's a little more uncomfortable for my hands, and for some reason I feel like those stitches are just going to break and then the whole thing is going to come apart, whereas, I don't know, for some reason this whip stitch, for no logical reason, feels more secure, but again, for no logical reason, I just like it. Okay, move that guy. Now I can kind of manipulate this so the ends match a little bit more. Debbie says I do a whip stitch. It's just really relaxing. Oh, Mary says, I've never done English paper piecing before, but I love foundation paper piecing. I'm a huge fan of foundation paper piecing. I think I like that more than English paper piecing, although it's a completely different world. So that's kind of what we're comparing. So last time the block that we did before this was foundation paper piecing, and then I think someone wanted to know what the difference between that and English paper piecing is, and so that's why we did an this one next, the English paper piecing one. It's so different, but at the same time, kind of the same. You still can make like really intricate shapes that you wouldn't normally in just normal kind of sewing, normal like quilt piecing. So you make some crazy cool shapes, you follow kind of a template, design kind of drawn somewhere else, and so those things are similar, but the actual process is so different. Like that whole, with foundation paper piecing, you're like sewing right onto the paper with a machine, and this is all like hand done. It's just so different, the actual doing, but in reality they're probably more similar to each other than like sewing on a sewing machine is to like foundation paper piecing. So it's just kind of interesting. It's another skill, another thing to learn and try out. I love this idea of just trying things like this. Just because you never know when that like passion will happen, right? Like you'll never know. Like you might start English paper piecing like this and be like, oh my god, this was totally made for me. Everything about it like is wonderful and makes me like want to sing. You know what I mean? Like it might be like your thing, and if you wouldn't have tried it, you never would have known. So that's why I kind of like, one of the reasons I just like trying all these different things, just to find out what you like or hone in on that a little bit more. I think it's kind of fun. Arloa says I like the foundation paper piecing too. There's something just kind of magical about foundation paper piecing still, I think. And I don't know, I kind of like that you just sew on the lines. It's just, there's something, once you get the system down, it's relatively an easy sort of like loop of things, of tasks that you're doing, and once you can really get in the groove of that, it's just relaxing too, and you get to do like these easy tricks to get like really interesting designs. So that's why it's kind of like a secret like magic thing. Like you learn from the magician, and now you're in the know of how the trick is done. That's kind of what it feels like to me a little bit, which is kind of exciting. All right, finish that side. Let's flip this side down. I think we'll go till this is done. I mean, we're practically there. I'm just gonna match up these edges. Gonna just start by getting one in here. Okay, match up that joining and just making sure the edges are lined up here. Good. All right, back at it. Let's get that knicker knot on the second side, and we're cruising. Twice as fast as yesterday. We did do extra work though yesterday. We did prep all those pieces. That's no joke. That takes some time for sure. But because we prepped them all, future self, which is now present self, can do 2 in one night. Oh, Nora! That makes me so happy. I'm glad to hear that. Nora says, I'm learning so much in this group. That's cool. Ooh, a blanket stitch. Patty says I use a blanket stitch. Okay, I gotta think through that a little bit here. Huh, that would totally work. I'm trying to picture how to do a blanket stitch here. You'd have to come up. I think I'm going backwards from how I normally do a blanket stitch. I think I usually go left to right for a blanket stitch, so I'm having a hard time picturing that, but that's cool. I'm gonna have to try that sometime. All right, out of here. We are gonna wrap this up tomorrow already and have a bunch of extra time, I think. That's awesome. So we'll finish our last side tomorrow, and then we'll take all of our pieces out. That's always fun. That's a lot easier in English paper piecing than foundation paper piecing, I think. You just pop them out for the most part. And we'll give it a little press, and we can see where we're at with how many blocks we have done and ready to be put into one of those quilt as you go sections, so we can kind of maybe review that. And I think this might be the 5th one, so I think we have 5. We just need 4 to make a quilt as you go block. I think it's time to make another one of those. That'd be good. Do some quilting. That feels refreshing, I think. All right, that's the first side. Let's get the second edge here. Another knot. And we're on our last little shoot here. Sabidi. Oh, Wanda, that's awesome. That's exciting. So you're at a good spot with that quilt, just having to do the little ties. Ugh, I love doing those. Let me know who else has done like a tied quilt here. I think those are just still so sweet. Gives a quilt a lot of texture, I think. Pop that guy off, and 10 more stitches or so. Tonight, for some reason, I'm feeling like, okay, I could see how someone could do a whole giant quilt of just like hexagons. It would take a while, but it'd be a good just chill and work on it a little bit every day sort of project, and all of a sudden you got a whole quilt that you've like English paper pieced together. I'm feeling it today, like getting both of these sides done. I'm like, yeah, we'd get a quilt done eventually. That'd be fun. A little bit more of a project than I want to take on right now, but I feel like it's a thing that could happen. Alright, I think, where's the end here? Oh, we're kind of at it. I'm going to do, let's do, I guess, our knicker knot. Ha-ha! Got this guy done right at the 9:30 mark. All right. 2 solid sides done in an evening. There we are. The nice thing about both English paper piecing and foundation paper piecing is that you can really get these points lined up nicely. But yeah, it's looking great. So we just have the one more. We'll do that tomorrow. And then we can take all the little papers out. That's going to be fun. It's finally looking like it's coming together, though, a little bit. I think it's going to be really pretty. All right. So here it is in, like, person size. Oh, here, we're frozen again. Hold on here. Okay. So sorry that keeps happening. Time to reboot again. So here we go. It's just nice to see always, I think, next to a person that you can realize the like actual size of this. It's pretty dang small here yet, but it's coming together. I'm really enjoying this. Sometimes I feel at the beginning of an English paper piecing project that like, oh man, that's gonna take so much work and it's all hand done and whatever. But like once I get going on it, it's just so much more relaxing than I usually expect. So this is great. We're almost done with this. Again, earlier than what I was expecting, which is awesome. Always love when that happens. Getting her done here. So great, you guys. Just again, check out our embroidery of the month. And we also have the bunny pattern that we'll be doing the last week here, the last full week. We're going to be stitching that guy up. He's going to be pretty fun. Little spring bunny. And thanks for your subscribes and your likes and your shares. I do appreciate that. It helps get the word out more for sure, and we definitely appreciate that. So thanks again for joining me here, everyone. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a great evening. It was awesome chatting again. See you later. Good night.